Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and I have a diamond in the rough for you guys today. This is Zach Patterson. He's a wide receiver out of Northwestern State. Nice to have you, sir.
So thank you, Jimmy, for having me today.
Yeah, you have a very interesting story. Out of Mississippi, went to the JUCO route, and recently now at Northwestern State, where you really hit the scene and had an excellent year last year. So, Zach, why don't you kind of give us a little of your background, and we'll get to talking about some things. So first, tell us again where you're from.
I'm from Corinth, Mississippi. I always grew up there my whole life. I played ball there. I played multiple sports, and the first sport I actually ever played was baseball. But then I got to high school, got to playing baseball, and then I decided on what I want to go to college for really. And
Mhm.
so I had to kind of stop playing like basketball. I had to stop playing baseball, and I started working on stuff that worked around football. So I just basically started powerlifting and track. And then, it also helps with football. And then I really seen a significant growth in my football performance. And then after high school, I signed to East Mississippi, where I played under Buddy Stevens for 2 years. He was a great coach. And after the 2 years, I came to Northwestern State. I tried to make the name for myself.
Cool. So, let's kind of backtrack through that journey and talk through it a little bit. So how long you would you say you've been playing football, by the way?
I'll say probably 14 years. I think I counted up the other day, it was like 14 years.
So this goes back, I'm assuming, like
Mm,
elementary school.
Like Park League,
Okay.
Park
Cool.
League.
So and you were telling me you went to Corinth High School there in Corinth, Mississippi. So give us a feel for what it was like to play football there in that high school.
At that high school is really competitive. I played under Coach Todd Lowry. He was a new head coach that had came in after a couple years from the previously head coach, so we had to really adjust to the new system that he wanted to bring in. So I really started playing running back in high school and had to transfer over to wide receiver, where we ran the wing T out of his offense. Yeah, I ran the wing T out of his offense at running back, and I really did good in that offense. To be honest, that year, I think it's like I won Wendy's Giant Player of the Week, where I scored like 5 touchdowns, and I set a record at the school. I got
Cool.
like 50 touchdowns, and I set a record at the school. I just really been pacing myself all day and just trying to keep elevating my game everywhere I go.
Cool. So hey, I think it's something to have a player like you in the position that you are, because I feel at times like, guys that play in like a wing T option sort of look in high school, it's like, how do you scout that for a wide receiver, right? I mean, guys like you just don't get many opportunities because of maybe like the scheme that you are running. So maybe that, I don't know if that hurt your recruiting or not, but obviously you end up going the JUCO route first to East Mississippi Community College. So talk through that experience a little bit. I mean, I know a lot of people like when you think about going the JUCO route, there's a grind. So talk to me about that JUCO grind.
The JUCO grind is real. I mean, I went the JUCO route because I feel like that was probably the best way for me to go. My first year, I actually had to start my first year, which I was coming in as a freshman. And my first year, I had to start, played a couple good games. And, I just wanted to keep improving, so I stayed another year, and I kept improving after that. And really, Buddy Stevens was a good coach. Like he pushed me each and every day to be better and better in what I was, in high school. And I really had to, and that in his offense, I had to switch over from running back to wide receiver. So I
Hmm.
actually had to kind of work on my wide receiver game more than my running back game, because I played more wide receiver than I ever did, than I have ever before now. So
So at East Mississippi, did they recruit you as a running back?
they recruited me as an athlete.
Oh, okay.
Athlete, yes, sir.
That works. Well, Bro, you were actually a really good athlete coming out of high school. Let's just be real about that. I mean, again, you highlighted there in the beginning, you did some track and field, and you were also a power lifter. Um, interestingly enough, I was able to pull up at least some of them old stats. I want to drop those real quick so that we know what we're looking at here. And again, if the numbers are wrong, correct them. But um 10 5 8 100 meter is
Yeah.
really legit, by the way. And you got under a 22-second 200 meter, which is awesome.
Mhm.
um cool, man, great numbers. Obviously track has really helped you as a football player, man. I mean, I'm sure we're looking at a guy who can take the top off the defenses, man. When you got speed like that, that's legit, dude.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
But then also you were talked about you being a power lifter. Now, to me, looking at you, I'm thinking, really? This guy's a power lifter? Come on now. Like he don't look the part. Like he's not like one of these big hulking linemen. He's a wide receiver. So um talk to me about that.
The powerlifting aspect, like I said, it helped me like get muscle. So like I feel like once I had got the muscle, I feel like I had got more confident in doing like, playing ball. And like I said, in the wing T offense, I had played running back. So I had to, I was taking a lot of beatings probably. So I had to, muscle up kind of. So I powerlifted, got a little muscle. I just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and it just helped. It helped my football aspect, my football game. And as me powerlifting, my first year I won state, and then the next year I won state again. So I really, I really got powerlifting in the bag too.
Interesting. Bro, I'm just kind of curious. As a power lifter, what are some of your personal bests? I mean, give us a feel for that, man. Because I mean, obviously, you still get in the weight room to this day. Let's highlight that a little bit.
I think I had squatted. The most I had squatted has ever been 530 pounds. Bench press, I think it was probably 290, 300. And deadlift, it was 575,
575 deadlift.
575 deadlift.
All right. So just to put things into perspective for people that are watching, we're looking at a guy who's about 5'11", 185 pounds, but he's deadlifting, I mean, over three times his weight.
Yeah.
So that's really awesome. Squat again, 530. And for a guy who's a wide receiver, it's like, I don't know, man. It's almost like you still got like that running back strength to you. So I
Yeah.
mean, um, do they run you at running back every so often there at Northwestern now? I mean, how are you utilizing that offense?
I try to tell them from the backfield, but they like me on the outside. They like me mostly a slot. And they got me sometimes, I run jet sweeps and sometimes I will line up in the backfield, just to kind of fool. But they try to, I wouldn't say they try to run the offense through me, but like, I,
No, I get you. You got to stay a little humble, but I mean, let's just be real. You were your team's leading receiver last year. And I would imagine that you would be that once again this upcoming season. I mean, you're going to get a whole lot of targets your way. Um, again, just kind of looking at your offense. Again, you were sharing about how you are utilized there in all those different facets, but how would you describe that offense? Can you give me a sort of a feel for at least the approach and um, I guess what you guys are trying to execute out there?
I say we're pretty much a balanced offense. We can beat you with the run. We can beat you with the pass. I mean, if you load the box, you pass it. You got playmakers on the outside. Who can make plays. Also, like if you want to cover the outside guys, you don't have enough in the box. We have people in the backfield who can also make plays too. I mean, that's really how we really approach the game.
Of course, you're not a running back anymore, even though you want to be.
Yeah.
But you're a wide receiver, like you said, utilized a lot in the slot. But um, if I were to ask you, go ahead and describe your favorite route. Zach, what would you tell me, man? And what's that one route that you hear in the huddle where you're just kind of licking your chops that is coming your way?
I like all the routes. Like I said, I didn't got pretty good this wide receiver. So I kind of like every route now. I mean, every route I have like my own type of flow with it.
But if I just
And
tell you to go out there and give me your best, which one are you running for me?
I say probably I say the slant route. I like the slant route.
Okay. Hey, ain't nothing wrong about that as long as you can get open, right?
This
Cool.
big.
Um, so can you share a little bit more about this past season for you at Northwestern State? I mean, what was one of your favorite moments, whether it be a game, a play? Can you share one of those?
Um, I have a lot. I mean, I would say when we went to Texas A&M Commerce and like I try to like gain the trust of my quarterbacks, and I just tell them just throw it, and I go get it. And I had a good connection with my quarterback last year, Zach Clement, and
Mhm.
he gave me like a slot fade route, like he checked it, and so he said, "Hey," he just dropped back and threw it, and I just went and got it, dove out for it, and caught it for a touchdown. I mean that's what we wide receiver for. I mean that's what I feel like that was wide receiver for. Throw it up and let us go get it. And I mean I like that. I like that.
Yeah, you kind of need to have a little bit of that combination with the quarterback and the receiver because I mean, as you know, I don't know, a fan watching, a guy may not look like he's open, but I mean, as a quarterback, I mean, quarterback's going to have to take that risk and trust that his receiver knows what is doing, where he can position himself to make that catch. So it's weird because sometimes the ball isn't intentionally underthrown or overthrown. Like he's saying go deep, and he's just kind of trusting you and your speed.
Yeah.
So, um, but in any event, great. Obviously, you have a good connection there with your quarterback. Um, talk about some of the other guys around you real quick. Obviously, some good teammates alongside you there. Let's give a couple of those guys some love. Who we need to look out for this season?
I say Scooter Adams, Ronnie Caldwell, Miles Kent didn't. We'll say Tyler. I can't think of his last name right now. He's the new quarterback. Tyler Vanderwall. Tyler Vanderwall. Um,
Gotcha. Well, hopefully you can have that connection once again this upcoming season. I mean, again, you had a great season last year. I mean, coming in, you were the Southland Newcomer of the Year. That was the award that you were able to get. How does that make you feel, man? Like when you had that award, I mean, what was I mean, how do you take that?
I mean, when I first seen it, I was shocked. I mean, I was like, man, I just really won this award. I mean, I never heard of the award before either. Anyway, I mean, I was shocked. I mean, I was really blessed that I really won the award because like I had just moved. Like I said, I'm learning wide receiver, and I can go out there and put my best foot forward. I try to make plays wherever I'm at, regardless. And all the hard work really just paid off, and I think God blessed me with that award, which I really thank him.
Cool. So, obviously you were able to get that award last season, but what are your personal goals for 2023?
All American.
All
Yeah,
American.
All
Cool.
American.
So what's it going to take for you to get there, man? Can you share a little bit about that?
Continue to work hard. After make plays every time I get the ball in my hands. Every time I get the ball, I gotta look to score. Gotta look to score. Run out to score on anybody that we play.
Yeah, I
Each and every.
mean, let's just be real. You guys have a very tough schedule.
Yeah, we
I
do.
mean, out the gate, like you're playing some FBS opponent.
Two of
And yeah, two of them, and then like y'all's conference is hard, and so it's not that you can't do it. It's if you do, man, I mean, it's really gonna set you apart. And so we're looking at maybe a guy who is gonna be on the radar of a lot of NFL scouts. So um you're in that position now, man, to go out there and just kind of solidify that this upcoming season. I mean, what do you feel separates you from the pack?
I feel like my hard work and grind and ethic, and also like my determination, to never give up, never give in, always find a way to, always find a way to be your best, try to always find a way to do anything, never give up. There's no reason to give up. You done made it this far, just keep going.
Cool. Well, Zach, let's just take a moment. I want to get to know this guy outside of football a little bit. So, trying to get you to relax just for fun and share a little bit about yourself, your hobbies, interests, or anything else. Go ahead and give us something. So, feel free.
I got you. I'm really a country boy. I mean, that's probably where that strength come from too, though. That's probably where the strength come from. But I like on my all time. I like to fish. I really like to fish. A little hunting here and there. Like to ride 4 wheelers. ATVs, stuff like
It
that.
sounds
Go
like
mud,
fun.
yeah, mud riding and stuff like that. I mean, and hanging out with family, family's everything. Family's important to me too. So I try to keep up with everybody while I'm down in, Louisiana, make sure everybody's back at home doing okay and everything. Um, really, just keep working anytime I have some out time, I'm always working on my craft, trying to get better at something, just critique something small or something like that.
Sure, sure. So, being a country boy growing up down there in Mississippi, what what would be your comfort food? So if I were to ask you what's your comfort food, what's like that one meal or snack or whatever that like I don't know, you always like
I say steak and give me a loaded baked potato. That's all it is.
steak, a loaded baked potato. Is there a place down there in Corinth that we can maybe hit up like in your hometown or what?
They have a lot of different foods, but like if you want a good steak, you have to come by the house. I'm not gonna lie, cause we'll really just make this steak ourselves. We'll sit out there and cook, and come in and eat, and bring
Cool.
it back.
A couple other quick questions, non-football related. Favorite movie?
Favorite was it the Dark Knight, Batman the Dark
Oh, you
Knight.
gotta love that one.
I
So,
like
um,
Batman. My favorite superhero, to be honest.
cool. If there was a celebrity, if I would just say, which celebrity would you want to meet, whether that be a sports athlete or otherwise? Who's that one person who you would love to meet?
That's a good question. I say Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Okay,
I
well,
I like how like he learned the game, even though he's like not physically gifted as all of us, but like he's real smart on the field. And I study that game about my part too. Like I like the scenarios and stuff like that.
cool.
Understand.
It's interesting because I mean, obviously you grew up in Mississippi. I mean, would your I guess pro fan affiliation would that be like New Orleans or like when you were growing up as a kid, man? Like who are you watching? Who are you a big fan of growing up?
At the time, it was Reggie Bush when he played for the New Orleans Saints. So I really liked the Saints for a minute there, and then like here after he retired, I mean I kind of moved over to Dalvin Cook. I kind of like his game, and then I had to start watching wide receivers, and I say OBJ, Jerry Judy, and those two. I really just watched those two.
Great. So before we wrap things up, is there anything else that you want to share about yourself, man? You have any, I don't know, you have any pets?
I got a pet. I got one dog.
Cool. What kind of dog is it?
She's like a German Shepherd.
Cool.
German.
Well, hey, I mean, a lot of people down south got dogs, so I figured you got to have one of them, right? Um, cool. So, Zach, just kind of great getting a chance to meet you and off the football field as well. But I do want to go ahead and wrap things up. And in doing so, want to give you the floor and just talk to all them scouts out there, man. Tell them what you're going to deliver out on the field this year and why you would make a great addition to their football team once your time's done there at Northwestern State. So go ahead and deliver your pitch to all them teams.
Um, I feel like I could be picked up on any team because, like I said, I don't give up. I work hard every day. My tenacity. I have a real high IQ in football too, and I really think highly of like team effort. So like I feel like we can really just accomplish anything that we come against. So yeah,
Cool. Well, obviously, country strong with some city speed.
yeah.
So, I think that's the best way that I can describe you. And then, of course, you had a great season last year. Really expecting an awesome season for you this upcoming season. So, Zach, just want to wish you all the best this upcoming season and beyond. All right.
So I appreciate it.
No problem. Again, Zach Patterson, wide receiver, Northwestern State. Check this guy out.